Sydney's King's Cross is probably the most notorious night spot in Australia, and it's been that way for decades with its mix of music, booze, drugs and sex. But since the death of 18-year-old Thomas Kelly a week ago after he was king hit by a stranger, a lot of people are saying that today the mix is going wrong, with too many bars and too much violence. 7:30's Adam Harvey spent Saturday night in the Cross.
Sydney's Golden Mile. It's really just a few hundred metres long, a couple of densely packed blocks of bars and nightclubs. And each Friday and Saturday night, it's a magnet for 20,000 people out for a good time.
There's a big variety.
Something's always happening.
There's always entertainment here.
But this Saturday night is different. There's police everywhere.
You're not worried particularly about violence?
No, a little bit. I mean, it happens a lot, and like some guy just got killed like a week ago, and now there's a lot of cops, but okay, if he didn't die, how many cops would there be tonight? Half the number.
My parents are worried, but I'm not. We're not trouble starters, are we?
I had a very concerned phone call from my mother on the way here, but it seems to be fine as far as we've been so far.
Early in the night, there's no sense that the Cross is out of control. Before midnight, if you're dressed right and you're reasonably sober, you'll get past the bouncers and into places like the World Bar. But as the night wears on, getting inside gets harder.
We get, up to, I'd say about 1,500 people through the doors. We've actually got a capacity of 600 people, so we turn over the people maybe twice or a few more in the night.
The World Bar's bouncers knock back about 300 people each night. Often, that's when trouble starts.
It's just after 10 p.m. on Saturday. The Cross hasn't really got going yet. That'll happen in about 2 hours. But right here, exactly 1 week ago, was where Tom Kelly's night began. And exactly 1 week ago, it's where it ended as well, because a stranger walked up to him and King hit him. His family turned off his life support 2 days later.
Up here at 3 o'clock in the morning, like this is, the crowd now is nothing to what it's going to be like.
Assistant New South Wales Police Commissioner Mark Murdoch wants to reform the Cross. Fewer bars and earlier closing times.
Yeah, I'd like to see change. And I've been working in this area for a lot of years. And I truly believe now is the time. We've been given a window of opportunity, albeit tragically, on the back of Thomas's death, for us as a community to wake up and say we've had enough of this rubbish, and now's the time to take some very demonstrable steps to try and pull the agenda back and get King's Cross back in control.
Go Sarah! King's Cross business owners say a lot of the fears are overinflated. Mark Alexander owns several local businesses, including Bar Colucci and a new tattoo parlour, King's Cross Inc.
I feel like it's very safe. I mean, you've got a massive police presence, you've got a massive private security presence, you've got owners that are watching their businesses. I don't believe it is. I think per square metre it's actually one of the safest places in Australia.
Doug Grand represents the pub and club owners.
There was a stabbing, I think it was Parramatta during the week too. There was a big brawl with 60 people in Bondi Junction. The issues that King's Cross have got are not just in King's Cross. They're all across Sydney, they're all across New South Wales.
The clubs pay for a private security squad.
We calm things down before it escalates. We can't detain them unless if someone gets hurt. Yes, we do hold them down, call police.
His job gets tougher from about 2 a.m. when the crowds come spilling out.
There's no train stations, taxis don't stop for anybody. You know, they pick and choose who they want to take home, and that's actually what's causing the trouble here.
It's 3:30 and after a long night out, people want to go home. The problem is that the train's finished hours ago, and as you can see, there's not enough taxis.
And this is when the cross gets ugly.
Don't hold my head! Don't hold my head!
Within an hour, most of the people who want to go home have left. And by 6:30 a.m, the cross is reclaimed by its natives.
We don't see public transport as the saviour to this problem. You know, the problem is about too many venues, too many large venues.
For most partygoers, last night is but a headache. But for a few, there's more to worry about than a hangover. Just a stone's throw from the nightclub strip, the team at St Vincent's Hospital are still flat out dealing with those whose good time went too far.
The night was busy. Really, it's just, I think we were full of patients who didn't need to be here because of drug and alcohol.
There are fewer assaults now in King's Cross than 10 years ago. That may be because of the heavy police and security presence. But Dr Fulda says the injuries he's seeing are worse.
Now it's just vicious, violent, often groups attacking one person. There is no stopping the punching, the kicking, even when the person goes down. Decades ago that was unheard of, right? Where you would kick a fellow human being while on the ground. Even if they're unconscious, they keep kicking. No, we are seeing much more vicious injuries. Of course, the drinking and the fighting, man's been doing that since out of the cave, I think. But no, it's become much more intense.
What's the solution?
I think in the end, I think the young people are doing it only because it's what they see. They see their older siblings, they see the sports people, they see the movie stars all drinking, taking drugs and being celebrated. So we really have to turn that around where it really isn't cool to get drunk and it really is the potential for a disaster happening that might change your young life.
Adam Harvey reporting.